line. Hey, the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet, not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Crank it up.
I always forget that intro. Hi again, everyone. I am Christian the Crusader Shriver, and welcome back to the show. Here we're back at Las Vegas, USA Motor Speedway tonight, where we will see our BackFire sim racing drivers hit up the spotlight here up on the show and run their lines across this track. A lot of anticipation growing, and a lot of folks looking to possibly send themselves into a little bit of a hot spot and maybe a little bit of a better shot here for tonight's action here as the SimSpeedShop.com 200. It's coming to you live here now on the show, so we are getting ready for action here as the drivers are getting their final laps in here. Let's take a look at our track talk here for the evening. This is how it looks to be. This is going to be another track with another of the D-shaped form, but you can see the weather a little more consistent, a little more under control than last time out here, so that will severely help them out with keeping the track cool, but the tires are still going to take a beating out there, and the cars will definitely have something to work off of as well. As the BackFire sim racing guys currently getting their final laps in here, getting things taken care of. Give a quick shout out and word to their sponsors here from Dowel Motorsports, from Grid Finder, from AJ's Hotspot, from Central Illinois Spice Company, from, of course, SimSpeedShop.com, from Splash and Go Graphics, from Blackgate Security Agency, from SimShots, and, of course, from the ButtKicker, as well as a quick word in for the guys that you see a lot of these designs out on the track. You're going to see them all night throughout our broadcast here. A lot of them are done up over by Southern Sim Graphics, and by as well as Max Graphics. The boys at BackFire would like to say a big thank you to them for all their help and their work that they create for these drivers out here to get them looking as solid as can be as we are getting ready to clear out the last minute qualifying laps. So let's get the drivers lineup situated through here. You'll now pop them up on screen. Of course, Dylan Hervad, one of the guys you got to keep your eye on anytime out here. Matthew Robinson, another one of them. Brandon Bounding will definitely be trying to push his game to the ticket. Brian Cloyd there in the 3, and then of course the 36 of Kyle Speeds, another driver to watch out for. The Speed Demon, always fast out here. Jeremy Richmond, then 98, another one you'll have to keep your momentum on and keep your throttle under control if he's around you. And then Chris Arado, always bad, fast wherever he goes, and it seems like he always likes to jump around and get some positions in. We'll see if he does that tonight. And James Jones as well, another driver to keep your momentum and clear on. Final top 10 drivers here, TJ Roberts in the 11, and then DJ Daniel in the 96 to round out your top 10 here for tonight. G.A. Mascarella has joined us in. Patrick Worsham has joined us in. Bro, Savati's my hero. It's great to have you on board, my friend. Also, I want to clarify something real quick. I made a mistake in the duels and also in the name pronunciation. So the way I was told is that the way I am supposed to say this gentleman's name right here, Clifford Corvo. So it's supposed to be a hard O. So Clifford Corvo, I believe that's how you're supposed to say it. It's a hard O at the end, not E-A-U. So I'm going to try to get that name right all throughout the race here. But right now, currently, drivers are getting fixed in and finished out with the lap times here. We'll get to the gridding order in just a minute. If you guys are tuning in for the first time, first off, thanks so much. If you're catching this up on the YouTube and after the race here on Facebook, first off, thanks so much for tuning in and thank you for coming on out. Appreciate that, and hopefully you guys are enjoying the race here on your end from that part. Well, mainly we're on the Facebook live stream right now, so thank you again to everybody for tuning on in as we're getting ready for tonight's action here. We've got about 20 seconds left on the clock here before we get down to business here. So we'll have a little word in real quick with our guy, Dylan Hervatin from KM Motorsports, who is the #1 qualifier here tonight. And Dylan, I definitely know that's going to set you up for a little bit of greatness here tonight, my friend.
Yeah, I got a little background noise, so I apologize about that, but looking forward to it. Ran a pretty good lap in qualifying, and hopefully we can put it there at the end.
What's the main focus you're going to be watching out for here tonight with these guys on the track here?
Yeah, I mean, the best thing for you to do is just try to save your tires and, keep up front the best you can, and, just save the cars, really the best thing. That's all you really can do at a track like this with the temperature and all that. So we'll just try to keep it up front and see if we can be here at the end.
For sure there, Dylan. Do appreciate time talking with us here. Good luck in your travels tonight.
Yep, thank you, and hopefully we can put on a good show for you.
For sure there. KM Motorsports is Dylan, the closer, Hervatin, taking the time to talk with us here as we now initiate in to the gridding order for tonight's sequence. It will be on the pole. Hervatin, as I mentioned earlier, Matthew Robinson will be in second as outside, and then on row 2 will be Brandon Browning in the 48 as outside. It will be the 3 of Brian Cloyd. Row number 3, it's going to be Kyle the Speed Demon Speeds, and is outside Jeremy Richmond in the 98. Next row on back, row 4 will be 66 of Chris R. Otto in the 10 of James Jones. Row 5, TJ Roberts, and then 11 is outside the 96 of DJ Daniel. Row 6 is going to be the 24 of Corey Saucier. It is outside the 49, Kyle Gartner. Row 7 is going to be Finn Robinson, the 28, and is outside Brandon Mascarella in the 27. Row 8 will see Christopher L. Lawrence. In the 9 is outside, it'll be the 78 of J.R. Miller. Row 9 will be Mac Nilsson. In the 77 is outside the 34 of Simon Morrison. Row 10 will be Terry Marinaro. In the 33 it is outside, it'll be the 71 of Jacob Turvin. Row 11 is going to be Jordan Stencil. In the 64 it is outside, it'll be James Santoyo. In the 79, row 12 will be Noah Owens. In the 15 it is outside, it'll be the 23 of Trevor White. Row 13 is going to be Harry Vuger. In the 58 and outside it will be the 47 of John Bualda. Row 14 is Tyler Howland. In the 88 is outside the 82 of Joey Wright. Row 15, Ryan Sizemore. In the 8 is outside. It's John S. Bualda Jr. in the 46. Row 16 is going to be Angel Santiago. In the 90 is outside Chris Upka in the 5. Row 17, Harold Barnes the 2nd. In the 83 is outside Zach Woods in the 60. Row 18, Wesley Jeanette at 74, and is outside David Hall in the 19. Final starters tonight. It will see Rock Savati in the 97 is outside Bryce Kovler in the 42, and then Chris T. Jones in the 00, and the 57 of Clifford Corbeau to round out the field here tonight. And make no bone about it, folks, we are ready, stacked back and all that here. The drivers are set to do war and to go to battle here for the Sim Speed Shop 200 as the green flag lights fly on. I think this might be the most drivers we've ever had on the show that we can actually see right out of the gate. Here we go, out of the starting line, 130 laps to the distance here, and they are starting off with Brown and Brandon Browning. They're kind of moving his way through the field already, moves it through. Here the Mountain Dew machine goes up into the inside zone, makes a big pass around, but a little bobble there out of turn 4, sends him straight to the infield, the grassy plains. He opens up his own lawn care service, and just like that, it changes completely on a dime. The closer, Dylan Herved in the 16 will make the early jump around with a Smithfield Ford Mustang. He gets the early advantage and takes it away. The Speed Demon Kyle Spees is moving closer to him though on the inside line. Well, he's got a little bit of 66 problems in the Chris Auto machine. Down the front straightaway once more here. The drivers are packed, stacked still and all that. And everyone giving an inch here to either one. And no, that was not our camera angles going bad, folks. That was Corey Saucier's 24. Unfortunately, having a little bit of a glitch on his end with the internet troubles. And take a look at this out of turn 2. 3 wide salute there for the race lead. Oh, a little bit of a bobble though from Chris Auto. That manages to save it out and keep it stable as the Speed Demon himself, Kyle Spees, takes over the race lead. Matthew Robinson in that 99 Amazon Go machine. He started making a little bit of a run there, a little bit of a jump about, making some good progress, getting up to the front. He just needs to stay clear of trouble and watch out for that. On board with Chris Auto about that little bobble he had out of turn 2. Now you seen earlier on with those truck series that you saw from the Green Mountain Grill boys, they were having trouble all night long with those exits. When it came to the later half with these Cup cars, it's going to be a trouble for them all night long when it comes to any lap, because these things with all that power and control, it's so easy to do what you just seen right there, which is get right up close and personal to the wall protection and try to not get in there right now. So much going on right now, it's hard to even keep track. DJ Daniel in the 96 is starting to move away into the inside. He gets a little bit of a bobble there out of turn 2, almost sends it straight to the bottom line, out of play. Keeps it stable though, does not run it off. Right now, the back of the pack right now still dealing with some troubles here. Still dealing with the drivers fighting their way through. As you can see, the 34 of Simon Morrison all the way from one of the Canadians around here. He's currently having some troubles down there. Mac Nelson, that 77 Toyota Camry, try to place his name into the game here. Brandon Mascarella in the 27 Central Illinois Spice Co 27 machine. Inside line there, Mascarella now moves his way in. The Juggernaut 77 there, and Mac Nelson can't quite hold him off there. He goes straight to the bottom, makes the charge, and makes the pass. Nicely done there. But I think the 77 still got a little bite to him. I think he's looking for a little bit of a Big Mac because he is making it work all the way from the bottom to the end of the track. Jeremy Richmond, the 98, into a 3 wide, so it gets put into the meat of the sandwich, as you've seen right there. Mac just made a beautiful pass there on the outside line. Very good cornering off of that one. Nicely done. But it is the Speed Demon Kyle Spees with the early advantage, the early lead. As we now take it on to the defending 2-time World Racing Champion, Finn Robinson. And no, that is not iRacing, by the way. That is legitimate. This kid all the way from the UK, baby. He is the guy that you got to keep your eye on anytime out there because he has legitimate background and experience in these racing times. Keeping the momentum alive, keeping it nice and stable here with Matthew Robinson, just kind of looking in on him and trying to make a pass when he can and make a jump around that. So much at stake here for these drivers and so much going on that there's not a lot of breathing room here. In the aftermath, though, still currently Robinson having to deal with the other Robinson, Finn Robinson, right behind him. But while the Speed Demon Kyle Speed is looking pretty comfortable out there, to put it nicely. Kyle Gardner in the Mountain Dew 49 still has a bit of an advantage here while he's got the number 9 of Christopher L. Lawrence in that Mountain Dew Code Red machine right in his sights early on. And you can see that troubles there that's coming right in front of him. Corey Saucier, he just keeps blinking in and out really bad. If he's not careful about that, the race officials might have a word with him about it. You gotta be careful. I know that's one thing, unfortunately, it kind of stinks about racing online is you always have that glaring internet issue that can pop up. Believe me, I had to move studios just to get that fixed up, and take a look at us now. Now, the only thing I could figure out then is how to get these streams look even better than they already are. That's the only thing I can think of. But other than that, everything's just about as right as it needs to be. And speaking of just right, TJ Robertson, that 11 Goodwrench service Chevrolet, he's stabilizing pretty good here with the he's got the 66 there. Chris Arado right in front of him. DJ Daniel, after the little troubles he had earlier on in that turn 2 situation, getting it too low and off the center, seems to have kind of fitted back in and got it self-centered in. And now Finn Robinson to the inside corner makes a beautiful pass there around Matthew Robinson and makes them work for it coming off the corners. Finn in that old Central Illinois Spice Coat Company machine has a pretty good start up and a pretty good run around here. Yeah, he's been just kind of hanging in there through and through here. Like we've said before as well, there's one thing about Finn that a lot of people were kind of misconcepted, beside the fact that we misconcepted on the fact that he is a legitimate racing champion, not from the iRacing circuit, is that he is a smart cat when it comes to saving his tires up and saving up for the long haul. As you remember, it was back here at Las Vegas. The first time we ever showed these guys off, I believe it was in the Family and Friends racing race. And there, Finn was actually able to really put the boot up to Herbatin all the way through the end and making him work for it. And even he said he was making him challenge for that by simply just making him burn his tires in as time went on. And now you're just getting a good idea of just what exactly he's doing that's holding everybody off back on that. On board, here we go, J.R. Miller here while he's got James Jones in that 10 pulling up closer to him. The autism awareness speaks number 10, trying to move up a little closer to him and try to build something around there. You get a good look at this whole field, kind of burning their way through, doing their own stuff, just doing what they need to stay in that play and in the zone. Not a lot of room for breathing errors and not a lot of room for mistakes, of course. This track is no joke when it comes to how bad it'll tear your car up and how bad it'll tear the tires up. You heard Herbatin say earlier, this track will just burn you alive quicker than you know it. Sizemore Motorsports, a new driver, new paint schemes, hoping for a good night. Yes, indeed, my friend. Noel Doleno going for the 83 tonight. Hope I said your name right. Michael Terry, come on, Sizemore. Peter F. Savalti saying go, Brock. And then Pope Prim got Jack Dowel on this line here. Or Jake Dowell, excuse me. So after the big runs and the big starts out of the gate, everyone kind of starting to fall back a little bit in line here, kind of getting themselves situated through. We'll focus back in on the track here a little bit. We're in the top 20 zones now. And back from that, currently James Santoyo there, you see kind of falling back behind John Espewaldo III, son of Junior here. See if maybe he has a little bit of momentum to push through for later on, because right now he is not looking too hot out there. Only up one spot from earlier, and that's not doing him much good, in my opinion. If you want to do anything good, you're going to have to do what this man up here is doing right now. 11 spots up. Finn Robinson, a hard charger, but not the fastest charger tonight. That honor goes to the guy we mentioned a minute ago, Savati there in the 97. He is the hard charger of the night so far. Currently, he is up at the point of 14 spots at the moment, and he is just moving through the field more and more as time has been elapsing here. Will he be able to keep it? Time will tell, but you know, around here, we never can be too sure. One mistake is all it takes to either cost you or cost someone else, and you can make a charge for the front. Right back down and around here on the front straightaway, Trevor White there in the Wonder Bread machine, moving a little bit closer up to Noah Owens in that Sim Shots machine. The Sim Shots 15 trying to hold him off, trying to stay in touch and stay in line. But man, he is fighting away around the corners, fighting him in hard, trying to make something work here. Side by side, dead even into the turn. They'll sing him back down around turn 3 one more time. He's made his move and made his presence felt. Brandon Browning, man, after that earlier troubles he had there on the first lap, he is just falling way behind the waistline. He is 18th right now. He's fallen 15 spots back. That's how bad he unfortunately got it did out of turn 4. And that's what I'm telling around here, folks, again, is you cannot be just making simple mistakes around here. You've got to stay clear of it. You've got to stay focused. Otherwise, it's just like a little kick. Otherwise, you'll need that little kick in you to kind of push forward again. Ryan Sizemore there in that number 8 trying to hang in there with the 15 of Noah Owens as well as that 97 of Brock Savati. Savati right now going a little bit corner out of turn 2. A little bump there from Noah Owens. And Savati unfortunately caught the rear end of him, but they managed to keep it clean, keep it safe. No harm, no foul. Both drivers seem okay. Behind the field right now, currently TJ Roberts and Christopher Double L Lawrence there are in a little bit of a war, a little scruffle. Lawrence moves to the outside, corners in, diamonds it off. A little trouble there for Roberts out of turn 2. It just seems like these guys are getting so loose off that corner that it's just not helping them get a grip, and they just keep losing it out that spot. And if they're not careful, man, it's just going to hurt them more and more as time goes on. They've got to start really trying to hold off that corner and not trying to let it too loose or too tight, or it's going to cost them later, and it's definitely not been helping them out very much here. The 49 of Kyle Gardner and the Mountain Dew Chevrolet right now, trying to see if he's got something for Chris Alvarado, a name we are very well familiar around here with. He seems to always be hanging around here on PTM Racing TV sooner or later. In the chat tonight, and feel free to talk as much as you guys want. I'll try to talk with you here since I don't have a broadcast commentary with me. DD Liddings running in with us. Wait a minute, caution comes out. Hold on a minute. I guess I have to keep an eye on the track every now and then. There seems to be trouble out here. Chris T. Jones has a bit of a stop situation here. He came to a complete stop on the hauling ground, so we're going to go and take it to the PTM Instant Replay. Find out more about this one here and see what happened exactly. And looks like we're not even going to be able to show what the heck happened because we do not have any confirmation of the video. As you see, this is all we got. There's the yellow flag. Oh! So there was a little bit of trouble there. It's James Santoyo. Kind of caught up in that one. Let's see if we can get a look at what happened with him there. See if it'll pop up on screen here. Nope, it's... Well, it looks like we might have a little bit of an idea here. Take a look at this. See if we can get enough of a camera angle here. I think right here looks like he gets a little loose off that exit. Oh yeah, he's in the wall protection. There it is, and he just gets right in to Christy Jones there, and that's where the trouble started for them, and that's where we lost connection. But that is where the wreck started at, and that's where it came from, unfortunately. Tough break there for the guys. So that will set up now for our first caution of the day. And that means it's time to head down to the call list and have a word with our boys. Well, the guys currently are in pit road here, are trying to work around pit road, so we're going to lift them alone. For those that ain't, we do have time to talk with them here, so let's see who we got on the line here. It looks like Corvo is going to stay out on the track, but we do not have a way to talk with him here, so we will leave him alone. Well, I know Mama Speeds is probably hanging around here somewhere, so let's bring in the rebel himself, Kyle, the Speed Demon Speeds, and that 36. Kyle, do you have the copy, my friend?
Yes, sir.
The Speed Demon returns to us here, and right now, looking pretty strong out there on that start. You had a pretty good battle there with Hervad and the Robinson boys. What's been going on down there for you?
Just trying to keep it steady, keep it consistent here. Another one of these tracks, not very, very good at. I think that run there just helped out Brandon, ended up spinning out, and it gave me a little break there. It looked like Robinson and Matthew kind of backed off, maybe to save tire or gas too. I don't know, but we'll see. I think it'll be a good battle between us all.
I think it will indeed here. He's still got a lot of laps to complete and lots of time to go through here, so I won't keep around too much longer, but nevertheless, good luck down there, bud, and see if this all plays out for you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Kyle, the Speed Demon Speeds on the call list here in the chat now. Talked it through. We'll head on down and talk with some more drivers here. Let's go ahead and hit it up for Christopher Double L Lawrence. Lawrence, do you have the copy, my friend?
I do.
Ah, yes, Christopher Double L Lawrence in the cold red Mountain Dew, and currently it's been kind of a cold red situation for a few times here for some of you guys down the track here. What's been going on down there in those corners?
It's a little slick out here today, but you know we gotta use a little throttle control and focus on trying to stay out early and come out hard. But it's slippery when coming out of turn 4.
For sure there. Well, what's going to be the big thing to kind of fix around that before we get you back in here?
Doing pretty good today. I don't think we're going to change much. We're just going to keep running our race here.
Fair enough there. Well, Christopher, thanks for taking time to talk with us here. We'll see how it all plays out for your boys down in Rebel.
Thank you, sir.
Rebel Racing's Christopher Double L Lawrence taking the time to chat with us here as we are now situating ourselves through to Sizemore Motorsports and have a word with our boy Chris Arado. Chris, do you have the copy, my friend?
I got you. How's it going, Chris?
Oh, we're doing pretty good over here on the studio right now. Hey, man, you've been working your way through a little bit and having some troubles to deal with, but so far it's been holding out. What's going to be the big thing for you here on this restart?
It's just going to be keeping it clean, really. That start was a little hectic. I almost got into the wall fighting with Dylan there up there for the lead, so I just kind of backed off and tried to save my tires, or thought I did, but didn't do a very good job at it. So we're going to try and save a little bit better on this run and set us up for the longer run.
For sure there. We do appreciate your time to talk with us here, man. Well, hopefully it all plays out in your favor.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Sizemore Motorsports is Chris Arado right now as we are taking it back down to the track here. So the caution lights are coming down on the track, which means the pace car comes off next time by. Oh, we got Grandma Speeds in the house. Ah, Sue Bell Nowak. I was wondering where you were. It's great to have you on board here tonight. All right, so drivers are pacing themselves through. They're getting situated through. This was the first caution of the night. Still a lot of time at hand and still a lot of stuff to go through. Who will get the start on this spot here? Will Kyle at Speed Demon Speeds right now will lead them in. Ah, there she is. Mama Speeds is in the house. There we go. I was waiting for you. It's never a race when Kyle Speeds is in here without Mama Speeds, I'm telling you, folks. So it's great to have you on board. Here we go. Field them around on the front straightaway. The green flag flies back out, and this time the closer Hervan got a pretty good start on that one compared to Speeds. I'm not sure if he just missed it, if he didn't quite catch the grade he was looking for, but Hervan just takes the race lead from him right out of the gate. Talk about charging ahead and charging it through the field here. Everybody on a hot pursuit for this one, moving their way down the back straightaway. Everyone running in quick, running in hard. Finn Robinson trying to get out of the pile up mess he thinks in his head because he's got another Robinson boy down there. Matthew, wait a minute. Hervan goes down low. He has lost momentum there completely out of the corner. Complete troubles for him. He goes into pit road. Something not right for the closer. Oh my, just like that, things change on a dime, and when you least expect it, it changes that quickly. He is set back in the field. He had nowhere to go there, and I don't know what happened exactly for Hervan, but something just went completely wrong in the steering, and it sent it straight down to turn 4. Show goes on, though, right now with Christopher L. Lawrence here still fighting right behind him here. Finn Robinson and Matthew Robinson right there. Try saying that 3 times without getting confused on which Robinson's which. There's a lot of Robinsons there, man. It's crazy. Field him down around. Well, Kyle will definitely take what he got off of that one and work with it. He's got the race lead currently right behind all of them. Kyle Gardner having to go to work here with Simon Morrison. The 34 trying to possibly shift his momentum a little bit ahead here, get around to the Mountain Dew Camaro. Gardner trying to keep it clear, keep his nose clean, but you can see he definitely wants to poke it in just a little bit more to that inside line. And there's the reason why. Kyle opened the door up, and Simon moves to the inside, makes a charge ahead. Down the back straightaway, he makes a nice run and into there on the inside. Gardner goes way up high. I don't think he wanted to play it down there. Behind the rest of the field here is Jordan Stencil in the 64, trying not to get behind the proverbial 8-ball there of the A of Ryan Sizemore. The Thigh Huggers 8 machine moving ahead now. Now he's up 9 spots at the moment. He's starting to make a little bit of a charge, and our fast charger still Brock Savati, but currently Angel Santiago and then 14 spots up, but also the hardest of them all is Zach Woods in the 60, now 18 up from where he began. He's starting to make a little bit of a run for himself here. Matthew Robinson, the onboard camera here, as you see him trying to get up close and personal there. The Kyle, the Speed, even Speed is starting to run away from him though. Now the 9 of Christopher L. Lawrence putting Vin Robinson behind him there. The new Code Reds just trying to hold off a lot of that run. The Central Illinois Spice Company on that 28 of Robinson, man. He's just doing what he can to keep his momentum there. But, you know, this is definitely not the Robinson that I've seen come back at the Family and Friends 200 last time out. But I think that's just because of the fact he's also dealing with a lot more heads and competition out here that would love nothing more than take him down, but it is early, so you never know around here. J.R. Miller in that 78 with the 23 of Trevor White right behind him. Once again, the Wonder Bread 23, a little tribute there to Ricky Bobby. Talladega Nights reference there, if you will. Sweet looking ride there. Absolutely love the scheme on that one, and he's really been putting up some boots and putting some work to it. Been doing a pretty good job so far and keeping everything clean and clear, but will he be able to hold out to the end? That'll be the main thing here. Brandon Browning now, after that little bobble he had out of turn 4 in the very first laps, now starting to fight back with Brian Cloyd in the 3 right in his sights here, trying to move the field, move his way in. See how close he's getting to that inside corner, but he just knows he can't overdo those tires. You see those tires, man, if they shred any of that rubber off and they don't have anything gripped to the track, well, it's like trying to drive a Ford F-150 on a thin layer of ice without any road ice tires. All it is just a big piece of heavy equipment that has literally that doesn't have any grip whatsoever, so you're basically just a walking duck, if you will, on ice. But now that I think about it, that duck's probably could waddle on ice a lot better than that could, so that was a bad example. Anyway, Kyle the Speed Demon Speed is at the moment still running it through and making his way to the field. Matthew Robinson follows behind him, and you know, Speeds is not exactly running away from him at this point. He's starting to catch him up here, and if you look at the lap times here from Speeds and Robinson, that's definitely the telling of the tale. Robinson's starting to catch him, but the last 2 laps were not the same here that he was looking for. He's going to try to make up for it later, but I don't know if he'll have enough time to do it. Still a lot going on the track. Let's go focus back down a little bit in the field here. Currently, Chris T. Jones in the 00. Up there with the 98 of Jeremy Richmond. Richmond, in my opinion, probably the guy that's fallen back way behind the waistline here, more than any other than Dylan, the closer. After his little bobble he had going into the pit road earlier. Currently, he's dealing with that. Currently, he's still dealing with all the troubles and all the runs here from his end. Hey, hold on a minute. I've been seeing that front end of Chris T. Jones. What on earth is that that's on his car? Producers, can you give me a camera on that one? What the? Oh, all right, I get the idea. So basically, he has got I don't know whose picture that is on the camera, but wherever you are, I think you got a good camera angle because your mouth is about as big as the Ford Mustang's grill on that one. So don't look at me. Chris T. Jones is the one that brought that one up, so I really don't know what else to say to that. I guess you see something new every day around here. That's all I can say. Tyler Holland there in the 88 Chevrolet, staying ahead with Noah Owens in the 15. Currently a battle for 26 between these two. Not a battle I usually hear about on the show, but we always try to give everyone a fair shake at the ranch and show everyone off as we can. And right now, DJ Daniel in that 96 having to go to work a little bit with the 9 of Christopher L. Lawrence in the Code Red Mountain Dew. Moving his way through. Dylan Herbatin saying penalty took us out of the race. See you tomorrow night. Oh, Dylan. That's a tough break there for the closer. That was not what he wanted to have happen at all there, unfortunately. And the race officials are confirming with me right now that that is what has happened, unfortunately. So a tough break there for the closer. Not the way you want any race to play out, but sometimes that's how it goes in the racing sport. Christopher L. Lawrence, man, just putting everything he can to the boot and the run there with DJ Daniel, just kind of staying in his zone, staying in his spotlight. And Kyle Speed's now starting to run a little bit away here from Robinson. Looked like he was saving up the tires just a hint or two, and seems to have worked well in his favor because now he's currently just starting to get farther and farther ahead of him here. Back on board with the two-time defending champion here. Brent Finn right now doing all he's got here around those corners and in that apex of that turn, making a nice solid connection to the track as he's trying to move his way through the field around the 96 DJ Daniel and the Netflix Chevrolet. That's where one of these days I would love to try to get Finn in here and just try to have him do like the commentary of how these cars work and everything. I'll just let him go nuts on it the whole time. I'll be his backup commentator to help him out, man. These cats, man, these seem to know everything and every little thing about these cars, and I swear I don't know, if anything, enough to tell you how they run and how they burn up. So the fact that they know all that and they can help out in the broadcast, they make it really a lot more authentic and help out. So Simon Morrison there in that Chevrolet currently dealing with the on-forward perspective of dealing with the 23 of Trevor White as he tries to corner in off of him there on that spot. Falls back once again here, moves from 8th to 9th here. Trevor White goes into the 8th spot and now 16 spots up in the field. Not the hard charge of the night though. That still, honor still goes to distinction of the 20th spots up of Zach Woods in the Toyota Camry. He is just on a rail right now. Started 34th. He's in 14th at the moment. Jeremy Richmond falling behind there. Chris T. Jones. Chris right now doing a pretty good job. Kind of giving himself a little bit of breathing room, a little bit of time out there. As you see right here, he's not exactly running away from Richmond all of a sudden, but he is getting some pretty good momentum off those exits here. Let's take a look at lap 46, see how far away these two are from one another. And it would appear Richmond is losing a little bit of time on him here, so he has a little bit more of a ground and giddy up here. And Trevor White, oh, you talk about a giddy up, man. This cat, the Wonder Bread 3023, is just wheeling and dealing it out there now, moving way through the field, making some big jumps and some big spots up. He is now just past Chris Arauto for 7th. You can see the whole huge distance, though, from the back of the pack right now between these drivers. Finn Robinson's ahead of Brian Cloyd by a good margin of error. Time there is about 3, almost 4 seconds total. And you can just see here Robinson how far the distance is. That orange means that he's getting away from him here. The green means he's passing over quickly. And white now, well, let's just say he's having to deal with Robinson there. And then here's the complete opposite here. White currently dealing with the added pressure and the added runs here around with Brian Cloyd here. Brian doing what he can, maybe get something going towards the end, moving his way through. Brady Morgan joins us in tonight, folks, and they're rooting on for Mac Nelson, saying, "Let's go!" And if you're wondering where Mac Nelson is, well, I'll find him for you. He's right here in the Toyota Camry Juggernaut 77. He is in the 12th spot, up 5 spots at the moment, having a pretty good battle here with that 78 of J.R. Miller in the 11 and T.J. Roberts. We'll focus on him for just a little bit in the group here. There seems to be a pretty good battle between them here. As a little sidewinder for T.J. Roberts ends up sending him back down the bottom and can't quite keep it going. Well, J.R. Miller in that 78 is just moving the chains up further and further here. Nicely done on his end. Well, laps will wind down and click away here, and the racing will not get any tighter, but it will get a lot harder. And when we come back here, folks, we're going to see who's going to be taking home the Sim Speed Shop 200 with a long, hard haul of the game and a long haul hard to play. Who will be the guy to beat? Well, currently right now, they're all chasing down this man, Kyle Spees. We'll find out more when we return. Tonight's race brought to you in part by the good friends over at Jack Dowel Motorsports, by Grid Finder, by AJ's Hotspot, by Central Illinois Spice Company, by SimSpeedShop.com, representing for the SimSpeed Shop 200 tonight at Las Vegas, by Splash and Go Graphics, by Blackgate Security Agency, by SimShots, and by the ButtKicker. Feel what you've been missing. And of course, some of these drivers on the track have got some designs up, and they were done up by Southern Sim Graphics and by Max Graphics. You guys want to check them out? Follow them up on their Facebook and on their pages here up on the show. And speaking of getting back to the show right now, let's focus back in on our drivers here, as we are still got a lot of laps to complete around here. And currently, Brian Cloyd there in the 3, still dealing with the added pressure of Chris Arauto and Trevor White, who already passed him up there earlier. Like I said, not a whole lot of battles once they kind of spread apart here a little bit. That's one thing that's kind of hard to really keep in with Las Vegas, is that you really can't keep all those speeds at a full length and a full straight. You have to find a way to kind of keep a little more timing on them and kind of keep steady. And one of the dangers around here has always been just, okay, what will happen when we lose that draft and we lose that spot up and can't get it back? And that's really kind of the hard part about Las Vegas, is that it's well known for good racing and some bad habits, but one thing that you always will see around here is drivers trying to diamond off of that high side and go straight down to the bottom, apex it back up to the corner, and then out of turn 2 or 4, making their run and jump. You saw it earlier in the trucks when Craig Zanny Fan Janzik moved that spot up really well and ends up taking the race win away. Now here in the Cup Series, it's really no different. The only difference is you can actually run that bottom line all the way through a lot better by staying true to it, as long as you get a good run off of that exit. So you got 2 lines to play. You can move in a lot of ways to make passes, but the problem is also trying to find a way to get some drivers up to where they're at, which that allows for the draft to come in. That's why you see a lot of guys, they talk about it earlier, it's like we got to keep the draft, got to keep up with the spots, and hope that it all sticks out for them in the end. Otherwise, it'll just be a little bit of a harder run, a harder time to get around that. Boy, you just want to talk about 2 drivers that are just kind of leaving the whole field around, just not even caring anymore. Kyle Demon Speeds and Matthew Robinson in that 99. They've just been left alone. No troubles at all for them. Pretty sweet looking ride there up on the Speed Demon tonight. We haven't got a good look at that thing entirely, but I think it's the 55 Chevrolet. I think that's what it's called there. Correct me if I'm wrong in the chat here. Angel Santiago and James Jones kind of in a little bit of a war of words right now, dealing with each other, as Mac Nelson in that 77 still has Simon Morrison right behind him here. If you look carefully too on the screen there, you can feel a bit of dust and bugs kind of flapping around on the windshield there. That's another beautiful thing about iRacing, is that it is pretty much designed to be as realistic as possible. And of course, what's going to be flying at you when you're driving about those speeds? Well, sooner or later, some dust and some bugs. So what do you got on the screen? Well, of course, what else? J.R. Miller still trying to work his way through there around Morrison here. Side by side, they take it down turn 1. Out of turn 2, a nice little charge there from the 78. Miller putting the boots up, trying to make it work, trying to make it stick. And right in front of all of them here, you got a heated battle here for 4th here. DJ Daniel has got some company with Finn Robinson in that 28 right behind him. I gotta believe in a way too that Finn Robinson right now currently, he's just kind of pacing himself in, not really trying to be too aggressive or observant, but he's more or less saying clear of mind and clear of thoughts and trying to make sure he does not lose the ground and time that he's looking for here. He's just doing a nice job running his line and keeping a smooth tempo here. Ooh. In the back of the pack, Brock Savati gets up there with Brandon Browning in that 48, and the 49 there, Kyle Gardner, also kind of in that hedge there. No troubles there for them and no problems at all, but that was a pretty interesting little ride they had there. Brandon now, I think at this point he's just trying to find a way to get back up to his lead, to back up with the pack here and try to fight this one out. Matter of fact, actually right now he is a lap down from what I'm being told here in the show. So actually has to get a little bit more time around to get up there. This speed, he is a lap down, unfortunately. So not the way he was hoping it would play out, not the way he was hoping it would run around here, but unfortunately that's just kind of the way things come down here. But that just goes to show you also how hard these drivers have to run, how hard they have to just try to stabilize in and try to get these cars set up for the perfect turn, that perfect corner exit off, and how easy it is to make that small little mistake. That little mistake on those starts, man, it's hard, man. You cannot be making mistakes like that. And there as it is right there. We just talked about it. Brandon Mascarella got a little too low on the bottom line. He ended up going straight on there, but his tires were still on the curved banks of the straight. And it almost sent him for a complete 180 there, but he manages to keep it stable and keep it on all four wheels. Impressive driving there and impressive stuff there, but he does pass up Zach Woods. Not quite a pass in the grass, as somebody might have said a while back, but hey, it's still a pretty good run, I would say. Get the best lap times right now. Oh, looks like a little trouble there for Simon Morrison there. That 34 Fanatec machine had a little bit of a sidewinder too, and I don't mean a little rattlesnake out here in the desert of Vegas. I mean he got a little sidewindy by slipping the rear around and almost coming out of that one pretty badly. He's okay though, as right now the 90 of Angel Santiago. We're dealing with the 78 of JR Miller. This is your battle for the top 10 here. This is the final 10th spot. And Mac Nelson in that 77 is just kind of looking in, kind of as if he's maybe a little snake charmer out there. I think he's just kind of looking for a little run on him. Out of turn 4 here, still on the nose, on the game, on the position here. Solid battle between the 90 of Santiago and the 78 of Miller here. But Big Mac Nelson right now currently, he's just waiting for that opportunity to strike. He's just waiting for a shot at taking it over from him. Inside corner, almost making the pass up. Doesn't quite get him there just yet. Right back behind the field here, Ryan Sizemore there in the 8. Now going to work here with the 11 of TJ Robertson at Good Wrench Service Plus Chevrolet right now, trying to possibly take down another fellow Chevrolet manufacturer here with this run and a half he's gaining on those corners and on those positions here. Meanwhile, Matthew Robinson in the 99 Amazon company trying to get something up to the speed demon himself, Kyle Speeds. We're going to go on board here with Kyle Speeds. I'm going to take you for a whole lap around here. So I want you to pay close attention to how hard he's hitting his throttle on and off those entries and exits. You saw right there that little yellow bar. Watch carefully as he comes off these exits, how smooth he is and how much run he's trying to corner off. It's almost like a road course, if you will. He's trying to treat each corner like a different turn and a different rarity. But he's so smooth on those exits and on those runs. That's why he's been holding out so long and keeping Robinson on his peak and on his tail end. And I'm not talking just about Finn Robinson this time, but Christopher L. Lawrence right now still ahead of Finn and the rest of the field. But he's still not away with Matthew Robinson. Or it looks like Robinson next to Matthew, that is, going into pit road. So I should take that back now. That opened the door up for Lawrence. Finn falls behind. Teammates going to try to help each other out here. We were wondering when that pit road strategy was going to come into play. How long it would take. Chris Arado moves up into the top 5 spot right now. And Santiago and Simon Morrison are right there with him. And it looks like he's taking a trip to pit road. If you were wondering what it's like when you're trying to go into pit road, that's what it usually looks like. Not a very friendly sight and a little scary, to put it nicely. Top 5 will definitely be changing around here quite a bit. That's why we're keeping it on that at the moment, because right now the whole field is just switching it back and forth on each other. It's a little bit of a race to figure out who goes into pit road and who doesn't. Ryan Sizemore had that little loose bobble he had there a minute ago. I'm surprised he's not taking it in. Looks like he's now taking it into pit road. So, and Kyle Speed Demon Speeds takes it in as well, which means Angel Santiago will now take over the race lead. And get this, folks, he is not even the hard charger with 30 spots up. That honor goes to the 19 of David Hall. He's up 32 spots right now. And that's pretty crazy considering he started in 36. He's in 4th right now. But I guarantee it's only a matter of time before he's going into pit road too, because I know that car is not going to stay out on all those tires and that fuel. He knows he's got to put it in sometime, and it looks like he's going to do it just right now, so he is going into pit road. So Angel Santiago stays out. TJ Roberts still staying out, and let's take it down to our pit strategy here and see what these drivers are working with right now. Here's how everything's playing out here. Just look at the run and a half. Marinaro and Richmond have, it looks like Marinaro and Hall have had this entire time. Sizemore even himself. Look at all those laps put on. That is insane, to say the least, that they're hanging out there for as long as they have, and somehow still managing to compute and work around there. That is pretty darn crazy. As now the Kool-Aid Motorsports 83 machine there gets put up there with the 99 of Matthew Robinson. The 83 driven by Harold Bud Barnes, the second. Feeling off the corner zone there, making some good charges about. The 88 starting to go to the inside now, trying to hold it in there with the 99 of Robinson. Robinson does take the race lead away though. So we have a new leader up on the scoreboard here. He takes it away there from Kyle the Speed Demon Speeds after that pit stop, but you gotta wonder, will it work for the end here? Will it hold him off? Because he is kind of falling in line to that little run that we've seen earlier, which is you can get the jump and get that spot, but does it stick? Will that help you out for later? Because that doesn't exactly mean you won the race. It just means you're out there right now. Well, Vin Robinson sure seems to agree about that, because he's got the Speed Demon right behind him, and Brandon Browning actually has now moved back into 5th, so it looks like his strategy is coming full circle on his end for that Mountain Dew machine. On board here with him, and just take a look at Browning working the wheel in, working that car to its fullest potential, and you can actually see that little shifter on the bottom corner of your screen here. You can just see what he's been keeping it in the whole time, which is 4th gear, and is watching out for any troubles here. He's got that 15 of Noah Owens right now right beside him. Just kind of, I think Noah's right now just trying to finish this one out for himself and not get anybody in trouble or anyone's way here. But you gotta wonder, sooner or later, is he wanting to maybe make a little bit of a move, a little bit of a spot up here? Backhouse in here tonight, either watching up on Facebook Live right now with us here, or they will be watching it up on our YouTube end here later on, which we'll have that in its entirety at the end of the Facebook Live broadcast here. So we do appreciate those that are patiently waiting for the YouTube end. I promise you we did everything we could to try and do both YouTube and Facebook. It just would not happen, unfortunately. The way I was put and told from the producers, the wavelength and connection that it takes for the internet to work on both ends to stream, the bandwidth just completely is tore apart and destroyed. Even with the fastest internet we got around here, it just still not work. So again, our apologies there, and we wish that it would not do that, but hey man, sometimes this works out that way. Justin Hughes joins us in now. He's saying pretty good racing so far. Yes, Justin, it's been pretty good out here. Not quite my cup of tea, but there's been some great battles out here, obviously, and these guys always seem to make a little bit of a fun of a show, and looks like Speeds is saying, well, if it's not your cup of tea here, Crusader, well, maybe I'll make it your cup of tea. And I would like to see this here. He's making a pretty good run there out of turn 1 down in turn 2. Beautiful pass there around out of the corner of turn 2 there, and Speeds holds off while Ben Robinson has a little bit of trouble there with Ryan Sizemore in that 8, and excuse me, not the 8, that is actually the 45, or 46, excuse me. That's John Esmeralda Jr. there in that Jack Dowel Motorsports Chevrolet. From our end here, it looked like that was the 8, but it turns out that was actually the 46, so our apologies there. The 96 of DJ Daniel, though, is definitely in play here and dealing with the Speed Demon. Kyle Speeds is trying to get back up to the front and reclaim his lead, but he's already he's got 4 1/3 to catch up to Robinson here. Now joining us in, Tyler O'Brien joins us sensing. Let's go number 3. Great to have you on board here. He's rooting for Brian Cloyd here, and that 3 will show him up in a little bit. The Speed Demon Speeds right now dealing with DJ Daniel in the 96, and DJ, I think it might be time to set up a new station because right now the Netflix is not working for you. Maybe you need to do a little Hulu out here and find a little show on there, because right now this show is not quite sticking to the channel I think you want, because you're getting passed up by the Speeds channel. Gotta admit, Speed TV, man, or Speed channel. That was honestly one of my childhood favorites. Yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about. You know what I meant. There he is, Brian Cloyd there in the 3. The guy that I'm rooting on here for Tyler O'Brien here. Currently he is down 4 spots, but he is in 8. So he's got a little bit of work to do and some time to give himself a shot here, but nevertheless here he is still kind of trying to challenge everything in and trying to hold him out. On board here with DJ Daniel there in the 96 Chevrolet currently. Having a little bit of company behind him, as you see. That is old Ben Robinson in the 28. 2-time defending champion trying to get up there to that Netflix Boeing 96 with DJ. DJ just being very conservative, though, in my opinion, with the way those tires are hanging out there. Now that the pit road shenanigans have calmed down a bit, here's another look at what we caught out there. This is how the strategy worked out. Robinson, man, just talk about moving around and making some changes there. He made some big ones as well. Kyle, the Speed Demon Speeds, very consistent on how he did it. And Robinson, a little more weary on his tire wear. So Speeds, I think, is trying to save the biggest tires for the last part of the race. Whereas the other Robinson, Finn, well, he's been kind of following what his boy Matthew's been doing. Christopher L., Lawrence, Otto, Cloyd, and Nelson. Similar as well on how they were going into pit road, so those you'll see them very similarly in different times, different sections, but that's how it's been playing out for them here tonight. You can see already up ahead, Robinson's still about a 3.5 second lead ahead. He's already on the backstretch going into turn 3. That's where you see him there in that blue in front of the black. And no, I'm not talking blue on black, tears on a river. I mean literally blue with what black right behind him. That's the 33 there of Terry Marinaro, I should say. Terry right now has a pretty good camera angle of what he's seeing with Matthew Robinson. Moving their way through the field here. Melma Speeds rooting in, saying, keep it up, Kyle. Justin Hughes saying, long green flag runs, though. That's the good part. Yes, Justin, I do agree there. Like I said, it's just, I'm always going to be a picky little one because, in my opinion, I've never been good at calling asphalt races. Everyone seems to think I do, but honestly, in my opinion, I don't. But if you guys enjoy it, I really don't care. I'll keep doing it. So that's how we play it around here. But I never could get good at asphalt stuff. But the dirt, oh yeah, that's my cup of tea. So, but yes, this long green flag run is looking pretty solid, looking pretty good. And if I had a backup commentator, it makes it a lot more interesting and fun. But it's just hard to kind of keep going when you just don't have much else to say when they're not battling side by side. So you try to find new different things here. So for those at home that are trying to be a broadcaster, take my advice. When you're doing asphalt, have a backup just in case. You can do dirt on your own, but have a backup for asphalt if you can. It saves you a lot of headaches and a lot of troubles, and you can do some really good stuff with that. And if your chemistry works well, then you got magic on your hands. Harry Vuger in that 58. Jack Dowel Motorsports 58 right now, dealing with Brandon Bryan in that 48. You see a lot of smoke coming out of the cars here. Don't worry, folks. That's just the internet issues on our end. Harry Vuger, a bit of a savvy vet here in age. Definitely not a number here. It's just a number around here in the motorsports industry. We all know that too well. He's hanging in there with these cats right now. He's still in the back of the pack, but he's not out of it just yet. If time goes on, he might have himself a little bit of a breakthrough here. Kyle Speed Demon Speeds has literally gained so much ground on Robinson. About 2.5 seconds left to go for him before he catches him here. And here's how our lap times look and compare to each other here. This is the biggest difference in time. You can just see, man, he is just gaining every so often 2 seconds, a second, half a second, 2 seconds almost. That is the difference in driving style. And Robinson right now, I think, is either conserving really well, or Speeds is just full throttling, assaulting so hard on that track. And there it is right there, almost a second up to Robinson, 0.8 faster than Robinson, and Speeds is getting him. But again, is he burning the tires in too quickly? Is Robinson just kind of suckering him, waiting for him to come up to him? Because if that's the case, that can be bad for him later on when it comes down to it. Megan Speeds, oh, my favorite commentator, I appreciate it. Justin Hughes, that's true. Jason Arbol, come on, Uri boys, 9 and 49. And then Logan Noslin joins us in. Thanks, Sizemore. Great to have you all on board here. And also, if you're just now tuning in for the first time on the show on our Facebook Live section, be sure to like and follow us up here. Also, share us around. Make your friends and family know about us. So that way we can get some more views in here and give the drivers something to really feel good about and get expected. We always want to try to give every driver we can in the iRacing circuit a little love and a little support and showcase here. And we certainly appreciate all those that tune in with us and have some good times out here. That's always a great time to talk with you folks in the chat when we got stuff going on. Speaking of stuff going on, Mac Nelson looks like he ordered up another Big Mac from McDonald's because he sang ba-da-ba-ba-bye to the 3 of Brian Cloyd here. Randy Richmond saying, go Jeremy. And saying, can you communicate for my league here? Well, Randy, if you want, if there is an opening, talk up here on PTM Racing TV and hit up the message here. I actually do not do any of that stuff to figure out when to go and talk with people or go to do the commentary. That is done by that is done with the producers and the boss that I have, and currently they are making sure you guys are being presented the best show while I'm just out here doing the commentary. So if you want, message them up and they will get in touch with you and figure out what they can do. Final laps coming away here. Still got about 40 remaining. Time slipping away here for Speeds. He's literally starting to falter back just a little bit. He's not catching him as quick. I think that tire situation is then burning into him a little bit. And there it is right there. Even though he's getting him by about 1.5 there, you can see it's not necessarily helping him all the way through here because Robinson is still ahead of him by a good margin of error. Let's see what happens here on this lap here. See if he got anything on him. I think he will get him a little bit because that time is slowing down a bit for Robinson, but I don't know if it's going to be as much as I think he wants it to be. Time shows, he's still getting the 800s on him, so not 8th of a second, I should say, but still 800s. It's still better than nothing. Christopher L. Lawrence, man, he's made a big jump around on that one. I'm not sure if he just lost internet connection there or whatnot, but that happens sometimes. You'll see that name and stuff drop down quickly. That's because, unfortunately, that just means the internet connection kind of felt off on them a little bit. Our field right now, still our hard chargers of the night. Angel Santiago in that 90. The fastest of all of them, well, second fastest, I should say, Brock Savati in the 97. And the man they're all hunting down right now, who is the fastest of them all, 28 spots, Chris T. Jones. And that, I don't really know what the heck to say about that face on the front, but the 00 of the Ford Mustang machine. I think, honestly, he's got it there just to scare the living daylights out of everybody in front of him. So I think it works quite well. Logan Nesson saying, which car is Robinson? Which one? You got two Robinsons out here, my friend. Are you talking Matthew Robinson here in the 99? An Amazon Code Machine who currently is a race leader? Or are you talking about Finn Robinson in the 28, who is in the Central Illinois Spice Company here? And currently doing a little bit of a war here with DJ Daniel. Daniel's still side by side with him, giving a hard run and a half on that Netflix machine, man. Talk about battling in there. He's not giving anything up, and give him credit, man. He's fighting. He is fighting. He's not. He ain't gonna lose nothing up to him now. Matthew Robinson in the 99, still pretty sizable distance, pretty sizable run here. As the rest of the field will move their way through, down and about 35 laps will remain as soon as Robinson passes by. Speeds is still getting him every second or so, but it's not getting him on laps wise anymore. And a good chunk of the field has been lapped up by Robinson. I think he's down to like the last 15 that have yet to have been. And out of a 40 car field, that's pretty darn impressive. Although they're having a few that unfortunately had to park for the night. Probably the most infamous of them is Dylan the Closer, Hervatin. Started right out of the gate, and unfortunately he just got the penalty there. I believe that was from the start, because I did see him get across the head of Speeds there. Well, Reed, where did the number 3 go? Well, you want to know where the 3 went? Brian Cloyd there? Well, he currently is in nice right now. Here he is now on the show. He's still in it. He's still got a little bit of a run or two there. We'll see how much time-wise he's getting on Mac Nelson here. Here is our lap counter here for him. Currently right now he is faltering back a little bit. He's not quite catching the big Mac Nelson himself, but ain't never be too sure around here, that's for sure. And it looks like he is moving ahead a little bit here. Cloyd is getting some ground up on the drivers. Damon Speeds right now still, though, he's just one of those guys hoping and praying and has to go into pit road, though. Matthew stays on out. I think Speeds just overdid it a little bit, or maybe he's thinking long-term strategy. I think he's just trying to hope for the best here. Hard to tell, but I know right now with him, he definitely did not want to go into pit road when he had to. He just had to set it up for the later half. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Looks like up on the front straightaway here. A little 3-wide salute there. Brandon Browning in that 48. Side by side there. Looks like with the 71. That driven by Jacob Turvin there. Jacob Turvin and him all in their zones, all in their play, and managing to keep everyone out of trouble and out of in a conscience area. And the 97 of Brock Savati right now still on the lead lap. But for how long would be the question, because it seems like these leaders are just getting closer and closer to lapping them all off here. Matthew now has to go into pit road, so he will lose his lead, but Finn Robinson follows right behind him here. Or I know I shouldn't say that. Finn Robinson actually stays out, so he will now take over the race lead here. The 28 is your new leader. And DJ Daniels following right behind him, giving it all it's worth here, trying to fight their way through. Final laps are closing in for them, and final times for them. And folks, do not go anywhere. When we come back, we will see who has pitted, who has gone down to the road and gotten some fresh tires and a splash of gas, and we'll see who has strapped their belts on just a little tighter to finish this one out. Do not go anywhere. The ending of the SimSpeedShop.com 200 will be back here in Las Vegas when we return. Well, tonight's race, of course, here for the SimSpeedShop.com 200 has been brought to you in part by Jack Dowel Motorsports, by Grid Finder, by AJ's Hotspot, by Central Illinois Spice Company, by SimSpeedShop.com, by Splash and Go Graphics, by Blackgate Security Agency, by SimShots, And by the ButtKicker, feel what you've been missing. And also, you've seen on the track a lot of these guys running some schemes up on their design. A lot of them came from the Southern Sim Racing Graphics. And of course also by Max Graphics. Be sure to check them out on their Facebook and platforms to see more about their designs and their creativity they will bring to the track. And whoa, wait a minute, just like that, yellow flag comes out. All of a sudden we were, well, we didn't even know sure what happened down there. We were just looking at everything as it was going on. Next thing you know, there's a caution coming out. J.R. Miller, oh! Ah, some damage there on the rear end of that thing. He's got some problems there, to say the least. So this is why I can't take commercial breaks anymore around here. Oh, and we do have a good idea of what happened here. This is going to be some interesting footage here. Take a look at this. Look at the replay here. The 5 of Chris Hupka there, and the 78 tagged in out of turn 2. Unfortunately, both drivers go for a ride, and then bam! Gardner gets tagged in, and trouble there for Miller. He had nowhere to go and tries to get it to stop, but yeah, once that thing gets tagged in like that, man, it's just game over. Tough break there for him, and that will now lead us back down to the pits here. And well, pit strategy is going to be a big factor here. That is a no-brainer, but we're going to see who we can get on the call list right now and take it down to the chat. See how everyone's doing down there. Let's hit it up with some of the drivers here. We're going to try to get some of the guys that we don't think is going to take it to victory lane here tonight, or the hard chargers here. So we're going to try and play it safe, play it fair, but we want to make sure we give everyone a chance here, of course, to talk on our show here. So let's head down here to Finn Robinson Motorsports as we take it down with Jacob Turbin. Jacob, do you got the copy, my friend?
I do.
Hey, man, nice. Been a pretty good run here for a lot of you guys down in the Finn Robinson Motorsports Cup team there, but hasn't quite been, I think, what you were looking for here. Has it just been more or less kind of a safekeeping, kind of lay low tonight, or what's been going down there, buddy?
Well, I had a bad start, and I've been kind of just climbing back ever since, so not where I want to be, but we got 20 to go, so let's see what happens.
Anything can happen here in the racing industry, and we know, especially with these Cup cars, this crazy thing can change the whole race. So anything you want to say to your friends and family out there before we bring you back in?
I appreciate the sponsor. We got the Spice Car, Central Illinois Spice Company. It was great to have some sponsors out there and have my friends and family watching tonight. Thank you. So.
For sure there. Well, Jacob, thanks for tuning on in, bud, and hopefully it all plays out well for you guys to the end.
Thank you.
Jacob Turbin there in the 71, taking time to talk with us here as the drivers are heading down for pit road here. So pit strategies are going to definitely be a key factor here. We'll head it up now down here with TJ Roberts if he is in the chat, and judging by the list here, we're trying to find him, but we do not see him. It's one thing that's hard about trying to keep up with the drivers here is you never know who's where and who's what. Well, we will take it down here with Brandon Browning. Go ahead and get some thoughts on his end for earlier on here. Brandon, you got the copy, my friend?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, I know it hasn't quite been the best race for you on the start, but finishing-wise, it's definitely been picking up. How's things been going down there for you?
Man, I thought for sure I kind of needed us to stay green a little bit longer until, we cycled back to the lead lap. But it's all been a little bit of a part of a plan. Obviously, the start initially wasn't a part of a plan, but just kind of improvised from there and going to try to get the best finish that I can.
For sure there. At the end of the day, a lot of stuff to come about here and a lot of runs to come through. You got anything left here to finish it out and at least get some points in?
Yeah, I think we get a solid top 10. I'm still racing right now for a lucky dog, I guess. So if I can get the lucky dog, I think I can still go up there and make some noise in the top 10 with those guys.
Well, we'll see if we can do it just that here with that lucky dog break. We'll see if it happens. But nevertheless, Brandon, thanks for tuning on in, buddy.
Thank you, buddy.
Rebel Racing's Brandon Browning there. As we now are taking it down here, we got a few of the other drivers here we haven't brought in quite a while, so we'll head them up and see how they're doing. Looks like maybe we got Tyler Holland up for a little shower too. See if he's in with us, and that would be a no. Producers, you really gotta tell me who's where and who's what, so I can try to get some drivers in and talk with them here, man. Look, we might have ran out of time, unfortunately, here. Let's see if maybe we can get one more in. Looks like Jeremy Richmond, the 88 here, making some moves around here. So we'll chat with him real quick. Jeremy, what's going on down there, buddy?
Hey, how you doing?
Well, doing pretty good here. How's the car holding up?
It's okay. It's really, really good right before pit stops. I try to save all I can at the beginning. Other than that, man, I'm just trying to ride. I was a lap down there. Got lucky by the caution coming out right before I was having to pit. Somebody was trying to pit earlier and wrecked, and that's how I got a lap down because I got back up on the racetrack. So that next lap was really slow.
For sure there. Well, nevertheless, we're coming back to the restart here. We'll see if everything kind of helps you out a little bit. Maybe things can get better out for you. Where are we sending you back to real quick here, bud?
All right, appreciate it. Yeah.
Wait, which one are we going to again? I'm assuming we're sending him over here, so we'll just leave him alone, though. All right, folks, we're getting back to the green flag racing here. Sorry for the interruption there on the sport here. We're back up and running here. 24 laps remain here on the spot. Time is elapsing around. DJ Daniel will be the guy to be on the start here. So many teams and names to go through on this list, man. These things get out of hand here. Hey, said Harbaugh, did you get the Cruisers drunk? No, I didn't get him drunk just yet. That comes on St. Patrick's Day there, my friend. Zach Middleton saying, let's go 3 and 8. Get it Cloyd, push that top 10, get up there and give him a run. Great to have you on board here tonight, man. And right now, currently back by around the field. 96 of DJ Daniel trying to hold out and trying to stabilize himself in with the 28 of Finn Robinson right behind him. Hitting up his corners and hitting down on the spot. Has a pretty solid run at half here. Out of turn 3, down into turn 4 here. The Speed Demon Kyle Speed moves to the inside line around with Finn Robinson there, moving him back by once more. The Speed Demon wants a piece of the pie. He wants to finally take it to victory lane here once more. It's been a while since we've seen that wily cat around here in victory lane. I think he'd like to change it here. Round out the back straightaway here, staying in the corner, staying in the position. DJ Daniel in the 96 still right there with him, but Finn Robinson's trying to push it ahead, trying to clear his gaps unknown. I think it'll be the first time we've ever seen DJ actually make a run for the win here. He's trying though. He's pushing, he's huffing, he's puffing, he's looking to blow it away here. Solid run and a half here. No real issues here for either one. They have just been clamoring away, doing everything they can. But does he have enough time to hold in and keep up with the pace? That's going to be the big thing here. Down the corners here. Here comes DJ now. He's making the move. There it is. We were wondering when it was going to come here. The Speed Demon follows pursuit, gives him a little push, gives him a little bit of a hand. Matthew Robinson is trying to hold him on, trying to get back in there, and this might be a 3-wide salute coming in close. No, DJ says, no, I'm not playing that game around here. I'm going to defend it off. Speeds will push him straight ahead, and now round out of Robinson. Matthew is pushed way behind there. 17 laps to go. Now the Speed Demon to the inside. Big move coming here out of turn 3 to 4. This could determine the winner circle here tonight. Speeds makes the charge. Here comes the crossover down on the front stretch. DJ makes it. Makes a big move there around once more. He's holding it off. He's huffing. He's fighting. He's smoking it up all out there. Yeah, I'm not talking smoking it up like you would in the 1980s or literally on a 420 day with Snoop Dogg. He is just clamoring it hard on the throttle. Back on by once again. I may have thought this a little too soon, too earlier there, Trezza, but I'm telling you, man, I got a feeling this could be the battle to end the night, to end the race off, because you got 4 or 5 guys right now that could easily take the win here. That's why I say this could determine the winner's circle here tonight. And with the amount of laps left on him, the pit strategy definitely came into effect for him as well. You can see right here, everybody that right now is on that top 5, top 8 situation, they're in pretty good stance or pretty good spot here. The best of all of them would definitely, in this case, be either Richmond Daniel or Robinson. Robertson, Robert, other Robertson. Tried saying that 5 times fast. Robertson. That's just a lot of Robinson and Robertson to talk about here, but that. Anyway, back to the field right now. DJ Daniel in that 96 Netflix Chevrolet trying to stay ahead of the speed. Even Kyle Speeds in the 36. Meanwhile, the back behind him, TJ Robertson at Good Range Service Plus is just putting on a fight there to get up back with him. Right through and through now. Here comes Finn there. He's got a corner spot on the line. He's now moving it in pretty close, pretty tight here. He has a shot. Speeds makes a little bit of a bobble there in that corner. Look like almost something you see at Bristol. You lose a little bit of ground and make one little bobble, and all of a sudden it costs you completely. Final laps are coming up now for the drivers here. Who will be able to take this one home and finish this one out? There's a packed house here tonight, not just in the stands, of over 50,000 in the crowd here, but also in our chat here tonight with the fans rooting on and supporting their drivers, their loved ones, and all that. Who will be able to come away with a victory here on PTM Racing TV, and who will be able to keep their season alive and season hopes further on ahead? Hard to tell around here, but I guarantee you one thing. If you ain't showing it on here right now, you're missing out on a race. DJ Daniel seems to have finally got himself a little bit of a run in the gap here, starting to push his way through. Ben Robinson in that 28 though is not giving up. He won here last time he was here. He wants to repeat, but will he be able to do it? Persistent and under control throughout this event here and throughout this race. And TJ Roberts has been one of those guys. He hasn't been up front really at all, but give credit where credit's due to the man. He has been playing it in hard and staying with these guys. But you gotta wonder now how much of those tires has he burnt up and how much is he giving away to them. Final 10 laps coming your way. DJ Daniel will be the guy to lead him off. But will he be able to hold it in and keep it stabilized through and through? Time is elapsing. Time is going away. Right now in the back of the pack as well here, you got a few guys that are currently trying to move their way through the field and dealing with whatever they got left under the hood. Tyler Hall in the 88 now putting the boot up there with that 82 right in front of him. The 82 being manned by Joey Wright. Joey Wright with some serious damage on the rear end of that one. And the 88 of Tyler Holland looking pretty solid out there. Just trying to get around lap traffic, trying to get away from him here. Goes his way through the field, making some pretty good positions in, making some good jumps around back yet again. Final laps are coming up here for the top 10 guys right now, and you can see it's just been a war zone for others. And it's been a paradise for many other times out here. Roberts is getting closer to Robinson, but Robinson's just getting further away from the rest of the field here, while the Speed Demon Kyle Speeds is just desperately trying to cling on to whatever he can to get up to DJ Daniel. Down the back straightaway, we hit him up. DJ Daniel trying, and I mean trying, to stay ahead, to push through one more time. The telling of the tale will come out of lap 7 here. 7 to go, I should say. If those at home that were thinking, well, what was I meaning when I said this could determine the race from that battle earlier? I think I don't stand corrected anymore now, do I? That battle with DJ Daniel and that battle when Kyle Speeds, honestly, was where we were thinking it was going to possibly shift to one's chance or one's other area. And it definitely did here indeed here. David Hall in the 19 going to work here around Jeremy Richmond in the 98. You heard Richmond say earlier he was trying to get his laps figured out and times back here, and it seems to be working for him. He's hanging in there right now with the top pack here, but he just has only a few laps left to go. And Brandon Browning, well, right now I think Brandon Browning at this point was just hoping for a lucky dog or a break and a half here, but it just was not to be. And he is desperately just trying to finish this one out as best as he can. He's in 15th at the moment, behind the rest of the field here. Hall right now is the hard charger of the night. We'll have a word with our hard charger of the night when all is said and done. He's putting the boot up here down 28 now because Richmond's passing him there in the corner. He's up in 8th while the rest now are focusing up on the top spot. Daniel right now has got the lead. Speed's falling behind, trying to get him. I'll be honest with you though, I don't know if Speeds has anything left in that hood to get any power under hood. I know he was trying to play smart and trying to really last it out and be careful about how he was hitting it up, but I don't think it worked as well as you think he was hoping for in that later run. That long, hard haul might have came back to haunt him a bit, and that seems to be the case. Laps are winding down. Time's going away here, Speeds. You need to figure something out if you want to win this here, buddy. Daniel has never been to victory lane in my estimation and what I've been told before, so I believe that is the case in the situation there. He's hauling it down around the corners and giving it all he's got, trying to finish this one out. And boy, I don't know how you can't say that you're not a race fan without seeing this one. This has just been great stuff all the way to the end. Speed's actually starting to close up a little bit on Daniel. Looks like the final laps are starting to tell a tale. Looks like he had something left for him. Here he comes. 2 to go now. Green flag flies high in the air. These drivers know what's up. Final 2 laps now coming your way here. Up on the show. J.R. Miller being passed up on the inside there. Goes up high. Tries to give the guys some breathing room. Speeds, I think, is just setting him up for that final corner. I think that's what he's trying to do. He's not going to try to make a move until that very, very last corner. But how much will he slow up before he has to do that? I don't know if he wants to do that. The white flag's coming out this time by now, folks. And Daniel seems to have a little bit more of a jump around. Speed was catching him there, but I don't think it's enough time. Is there enough time? Does he have anything left to put it up to Daniel? Does Robinson have anything left for him? I don't think so, especially now with the corners off here. One last major push coming down the back straightaway down into turn 3, into turn 4. And it looks like out of turn 4, there is nothing left for Speeds, but all but plenty for the 96 of DJ Daniel as he takes it to victory lane in the Netflix 96 machine. A solid effort from all drivers involved, but you could say the brakes just came a little bit better for that man right here, DJ Daniel in the 96 Chevrolet Camaro. What a finish. Finishes 9 spots ahead. The hard charge of the night going to David Hall for 28. The top 5 right now, Speeds, Robinson, Roberts, and Robinson, and Matthew Robinson. Sven Robinson being 3rd. But DJ had to hold out a lot of heavy hitters to finish this one out here. Incredible, mate. And as you see on the screen here, he says he's a rookie start at Sim Racing late October 2020. He took down the legit racing champions. He took down guys that we know are proven commodities on the show. And just held out to the end. And that, my friends, is what it's all about here now. The final results are now tuning in here. Let's take a look and see what we got. DJ Daniel takes home the victory. Kyle Speed, Demon Speed, 2nd. 3rd goes to Finn Robinson. 4th to TJ Roberts. 5th to Matthew Robinson. 6th to James Jones. 7th to Jeremy Richmond. 8th to David Hall. 9th to Chris Arado. 10th to Mac Nelson. 11th to Tyler Holland. Sorry. To 12th to Angel Santiago. 13th to Christopher L. Lawrence. 14th to Brandon Browning. 15th to Simon Morrison. 16th to Zach Woods. 17th to John Esposito Jr. 18th to Jordan Stencil. 19th to Tris T. Jones. 20th going to Terry Marinaro. 21st to Noah Owens. 22nd to Brock Savati. 23rd to Ryan Sizemore. 24th to Jacob Turvin. 25th to Joey Wright. 26th to Harry Vuger. 27th to Harold Bud Barnes II. 28th to John Esposito III. 29th to Trevor White. 30th to Wesley Jeanette. 31st to J.R. Miller. 32nd to Kyle Gardner. 33rd to Clifford Corvo. 34th to James Santoyo. 35th to Chris Hupka. 36th to Corey Saucier. 37th to Brandon Mascarella. 38th to Brian Cloyd. 39th to Brian Kobler. And 40th to Dylan the Closer Hervaden to round out your field here tonight in this all-out full run to the end for these drivers. And oh boy, I think that might be the most drivers I've had to call in a single race in a long, long time. But hey, worth it in the end. Your top 5 have now completed this run, so we'll see if we can talk with our guys here in our race result winners here in just a moment. Let's real quick put up the hard charger of the night. That goes, of course, to David Hall here in the 19. Up 28 spots from where he was at earlier, and had to put a work in there and put a boot there to the end. Well done for him, and well grounded at the end. Let's have a word with him. All right, he now tunes in here with us here at the hard charge of the night. That is the 19 of David Hall, and man, talk about having to lay it in there. 28 spots up into 8th. That's impressive, my friend.
You're telling me. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I am horrible at qualifying at any racetrack. Horrible. I can't find speed, but you know, my teammates J.R. Miller and Jordan Stencil, you know, they just said, you know, just chip away. This track eats up tires, as we saw. If you can save tires, you can make moves. You know, I was telling them before the race, me and Las Vegas, we don't see eye to eye. We don't get along with each other. But I guess like with Darlington, you know, if you treat her right, she'll treat you right. So I'm just glad to bring home a top 10.
Definitely did indeed there, man. And a hard charger award for you and a little talk with us here up on the show. So I got to ask you, man, who do you want to thank you for the hard charger and the positions you've gained out tonight?
Yeah, I was shocked just as I guess everybody else was. Like I said, I don't like Vegas. I'm never good. It's either I get wrecked or, you know, I just struggle with it. I can't find the right groove. But like we saw, I mean, I just stayed consistent. I got a top 10, got 8th out of it. I'm proud of it. And, you know, hate it for my teammate JR for getting in the accident that he was in, but you know, it's racing and it's part of it.
For sure there. Hey, it makes you feel better though. I'll buy you a round around here with all the producers and my boss, and as well as I'll take you down to the casinos and I'll make you feel a little bit better down there. So. Oh,
I appreciate it. But I got to give a big shout out to well, let me see him real quick. The Jeremy Richmond in '98. That was the last 10 laps. Me and him were battling it out for 7th and 8th, and that was probably the best racing that I've had. You know, keeping it clean between us, and I'm not gonna wreck anybody. I don't want to do that, but I wanted to get to him there on the final corner, and I thought I could get the air off of him to get that little nose, but you know, I give it to him, man. That was a fun race, fun battle.
For sure there. Well, nevertheless, man, I think you'll appreciate the kind words, and the fans definitely seem to love the work here. So congratulations, David, and we'll catch you down here next time, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
Absolutely, ladies and gentlemen, your hard charge of the night goes to David Hall in the 19, which now takes us to our top 3 to speak of, and, well, I think you might be getting used to hearing this guy around here. I mean, he's kind of one of those guys you just can't help but know he's always going to be there. That, of course, being Finn Robinson in the 28. Let's take it down here to pit road here, and where now we joined with him. Finn is with us. Finn, man, you had a lot of work to do there here, man, but how was the car holding up for you?
I was doing just about everything I could there towards the end. I was trying to hold back and hope that these guys would scrap it out and use up their equipment, but they got into it a bit too late there, so I tried to throw the car at them with pretty much 5 laps to go, and I gave it just about everything I could of. The car was on its limits, I was on my limits. Just happy to come away with a top 3 finish and a points finish. That's the main thing.
For sure there. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, you've got a win in here already at Vegas here for that Family and Friends 200, I believe, was last time we saw you in Victory Lane here. But still, really putting up a heck of a fight and a heck of a run there. Honestly, I thought you might have something there for the Speed Demon and DJ there.
Yeah, I thought so too. I mean, I felt I was a little faster than DJ in the long run. He was a bugger to get by, to put it nicely. Which tops to him, that's racing. He's not just going to give me a position, but yeah, that was good racing with him. And Kyle Spees, what you expect. He's a speed demon. He's got the pace, and it was good to be able to give him a run for his money while I still could.
Always to be a little bit cheeky around here than my friend Finn, but nevertheless still cold, good-hearted, and all that to the end. Who do you want to thank you for this finish, brother?
Yeah, well, huge shout out to my team, Dowel Motorsports. Again, loads of off-track effort, putting time and training in, and doing the best we can. Central Illinois Spice Company, the sponsor for this race, and the majority of the season actually, they've come in with a big help and offered us a good amount of funding to help us get us up on our feet even more. And Justin and Tyler that are with Harry Vuga, shout out to them guys as well. Cheers for watching from home and giving you support, and everybody else watching from home, whether that's in the UK, US, Canada, wherever you're from. We appreciate you coming out and tuning in to watch us battle it out here, and I hope we put on a good show for you guys.
It's not just an American or Canadian style sport anymore, folks. The Europeans are coming over and taking over, and Finn is leading the charge. Finn, congratulations on your 3rd place finish here tonight, my man.
Thank you very much. Have a good night.
You too, buddy. Finn Robinson, your 3rd place finisher here tonight in that 28 Central Illinois Spice Co. Company machine. Now we take it down to our 2nd place finisher here. Have a little word with the Speed Demon himself once again, and I have a few questions for him because I think he's got a little bit to say. So let's see what happened down there. Yeah, he is down here with me in pit road, and Speeds. Oh man, you had a run and a half. What the heck happened there, man?
I did the run half a lap too soon, I believe. I had the run, I got right back to his bumper. I think in my head I went for it, and I think it was just an inch too soon, a turn too soon. I knew it as soon as I did it, man. But it was a great run. Great car tonight. The guys out there, top 5, top 6, it was all a battle tonight. So that was the best part about it. Pit strategy was the key thing for us tonight. I think before that last caution, me and Lawrence may have pulled that one. We had a great pit strategy, talking about it all race. The caution comes out, kind of bit us in the butt there, but we still got a top 5 for me. Hopefully the team can bounce back next week. I'm not sure where Lawrence finished, but I think we'll be good next week as well.
For sure there. I think if you want to know where Lawrence finished at, we actually have everything all set up. He finished in the 13th spot from where we have on the camera here of our overlays and stuff. So we do have that knowledge for you. But nevertheless, here still 2nd place finish for you and your team. Nothing to sneeze at, and a good finish all the way through. So I got to ask you, with Mama Spees and Grandma Spees in the house, what do you want to say down here, boy?
Hey, I appreciate you guys watching like always. Fun getting, I stream as well. Fun getting messages in my stream that they're watching you. Every night they ask if you're the broadcast. We love your broadcast, man. So not only is it appreciative for me to see them watch, but they love you as well doing the broadcast, man. So it's all around great.
At least I know I please 1 or 2 people around here with this job, so I'll take that any day of the week and twice on Sunday. So
that's right. That's right.
Speeds, great to have you back here in top 3 here, and great to talk with you again, brother. Congratulations on 2nd place finish.
Thank you, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, your 2nd place finisher here tonight, the Speed Demon himself, Kyle Spees. And now, I think he's been waiting a while to talk with me here. DJ Daniel, the man, the myth, the legend. No, wait a minute, that's Christopher Lawrence's thing on there. He takes it to Victory Lane here tonight for JKR Motorsports. And now that means we get to talk with him here, and he's tuned in here at the Victory Lane at Vegas. And I'm going to casino with you tonight because you rolled the dice and managed to get some sweet fuzzy dice out of this one, brother. Nicely done. Congratulations on your win here.
Oh my God, man.
That's one way to put it.
I'm shaking, literally.
Try to explain the feeling for the fans at home, because like it's one thing to say you're shaking, but it's another thing to really say like what it means to be here in Victory Lane, brother.
I don't know, man. I don't know how I held the 36 off. I was shaking then.
Well, what exactly was making you shake so bad? Because we knew Speeds was coming for you. He was coming for a good runner too, and he had him there in the corner. We thought he was going to try to pull the move there, but he said he did a little late. Was there any time he just thought, well, he's going to try to go the outside, just try to corner me on the in?
Well, the biggest thing I wanted to do is just protect the outside. I knew it was a little bit faster, and it's easier to hold people off up there.
And it seemed to stick up there, didn't it?
Yeah, barely.
Barely. Hey, at the end of the day, though, man, it stuck up there, and it worked well for you, and you take the trip to Victory Lane for the first time here on PTM Racing TV. So I got to ask you, man, you're taking home the Sim Speed Shop 200. Who do you want to thank you for this one?
First, I got to thank Jeremy for giving me this opportunity to come in here and run this, and got to thank my spotter for calming me down that last 10 laps.
For sure there.
And I thank all the sponsors, and got to thank my teammate Matthew for racing me clean. Me and Finn were going pretty hard. You got to thank him for racing me clean. And yeah, that's
about all she wrote.
Yeah.
Well, DJ.
Man, this is the first time I've done. I don't know what to say.
Well, at least you know he still has a heartbeat, though, folks. He's still alive and well, and folks, make no bones about it. He is your race winner here tonight, DJ. Congratulations, man, and well deserved and well earned. Hopefully, next time we see you, may be able to catch the ref a little bit better. Get used to this.
Yep, man.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, your race winner here tonight, the 96 of DJ Daniel from JKR Motorsports. Congratulations to him, and congratulations to all the drivers out here for a great battle. It was a great show here tonight. And I guess I got to say that Finn Robinson ain't the only cheeky one around here, so I guess I have to take that up on my mantle now. So, sorry, Finn. But at the end of the day here, folks, that's going to call it a wrap here tonight. Thanks again to everybody for tuning on in. Again, a word to the sponsors, Dowel Motorsports, Grid Finder, AJ's Hotspot, Central Illinois Spice Company, SimSpeedShop.com, presenting the Sim Speed Shop 200, of course, here at Vegas. Splash and Go Graphics, Blackgate Security Agency, Sim Shots, and the ButtKicker, as well as a little thank you from the painters over at Southern Sim Graphics and Max Graphics. Thanks again for helping out the boys and the girls all around here on the show to give them a little bit of a look that only they can feel and be real with themselves in the virtual world. And to everyone at home, thank you again for tuning on to PTM Racing TV. We're glad to have you guys on board and great to see you. We hope to see you guys next time with the green flag flies right here on PTM Racing TV, which will be tomorrow night a for sure double header coming our way. You're not going to want to miss this. Catch all the action live tomorrow night here on the show. We'll see you next time when the green flag flies right here on PTM Racing TV.